Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So I had a chance to go to The Night Before Our Stars for TIFIO, so this is going to be my review of the movie. If you've never heard of it before, it's a young adult drama based on a novel by one half of the Vlogbrothers, John Green. I assure you it is an endurance test in trying to not cry, which is part of the reason why I was so excited to go see it with a big group of people that were such big fans of the book. Because a lot of you probably haven't seen it yet, I'm going to do my non-spoilery review first, as well as talk about the Night Before Our Stars event, and then I'll give a spoiler warning and do my top 5 moments and a breakdown of all the differences between the movie and the book for any of you who are book readers. If you're finding me for the first time, I'm just doing big summer movie reviews each week. Be sure to subscribe to get everything. The next thing that's coming is How to Train Your Dragon 2 and Transformers, but feel free to leave me any suggestions for big movies that you want me to do. So first, The Night Before Stars was just a special preview screening event with a Q&A with the cast and crew. It was Shailene Woodley, Ansel Elgort, Nat Wolff, and John Green, and a bunch of other people from the movie. They just answered questions after the movie was over. If you're a fellow nerdfighter, you will be pleased to know that they showed John Green's cameo in the movie. It got cut for time, so you won't see it when you go see the movie in theaters. He claimed that he was really happy that it was cut out of the film, but all of Nerdfighteria will really enjoy it whenever the DVD comes out. The place where I went to see the movie was understandably full of, mostly teenage women and families. It was a lot like the time I went to see the last Twilight movie in the theaters, but it was a very different experience because at the Twilight movie, almost everyone was just laughing at the movie, and obviously at Tifios, everyone was pretty much crying their eyes out. There were a lot of funny moments in the movie, but obviously it's the crying that everyone's talking about. It's a really good movie to see if you're one, not afraid to cry, and two, want a really deep emotional experience that you might not get at a big effects-driven action movie. And three, I guess you could say, it's always fun to watch a movie about a book that you really, really love, especially just to watch it unfold in front of your eyes. I will caution you, if you are a huge fan of the book, your eyes will either burn in their sockets from all the excitement or just melt from all the tears. One of my favorite things about the movie was that it's totally upfront about what it is, a young adult cancer drama intended to yank on your heartstrings and ask the question, what happens to the people you leave behind? But it does it in a very authentic way. I did end up having to squish down a lot of old feelings that the movie reminded me of whenever I was, 16 to 18. I guess if you really wanted to explain the story to someone in an even simpler way, you could just say pain demands to be felt. I am pretty good at keeping the feels pushed down, but if you ever wanted to be part of a big group of people all feeling the same thing at the same time, then this will be the best movie that you go see all summer. For all the book readers out there, I'll talk about more specific things that the movie changed during spoilers in case you want to wait till you see it. But even if you don't consider yourself part of Nerdfighteria or a Nerdfighter, DFTBA and go see this movie. This will go down as the highest grossing movie originated by a YouTuber, and the community of Nerdfighters is the big reason why everyone knows about it. I won't make any comparisons just because it wasn't like any other movie I've seen in the last year, and that's a very, very good thing. So here's where I'm going to get into spoilers and talk about my top 5 moments as well as things that the movie changed from the book. So careful for spoilers if you haven't seen the movie yet. But here we go. Number 5, Augustus passionately defends Price of Dawn. This really reminded me of every time I tried to convince a girlfriend over the years to watch Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. I was also a huge fan of the Dragonlance books in middle school, which is kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons series of novels. I was never quite as articulate as Augustus. He really knows how to sell a book to someone. Number 4, Willem Dafoe as Van Houten. He was awful and funny at the same time, which was totally on purpose. The character is so terrible, all you can do is laugh at him, especially whenever he jumped into Hazel's car at the funeral. Be sure to let me know in the comments whether or not you ever listened to Swedish hip hop after reading the book or seeing the movie. Remember, it's not important what they're saying, it's what they're feeling. Number 3, Hazel and Augustus talk while Isaac smashes stuff. I laughed a lot while this was going on, mostly because Augustus has this unbroken attention on Hazel and their conversation about Imperial Affliction, and you see Hazel's eyes dart back and forth between trophy smashing and Augustus. Like she's surprised both by Isaac going crazy and the fact that Augustus is totally able to ignore it. I also admired the scene on a technical level just because it must have been so hard for the actors to remember their lines while all that stuff was going on. It'd be like listening to two different people at the same time and having two different conversations and remembering everything without messing up. Number 2, the birth of the OKs. That whole initial text montage and the way the movie visually showed their text was really cool, but I feel like the OKs were one of the most important parts of the story. Like that was the real moment they became bonded as a couple. I thought that was way more meaningful and emotional than whenever they actually ended up having sex. But let me know what moment you think they actually became a real couple. And my number 1 moment, dinner amongst the stars in Amsterdam. I feel like this was the real climax of the movie because Hazel finally got over her grenade fears and just let herself be in love with Augustus, who was just totally on fire. Seriously, Ansel Elgort was really on fire during this scene. The really intimate way that they filmed the dinner made it feel like they were just floating in heaven all night. I really like the way they used the lights on the tree as a visual metaphor for that. I don't think that Dom Perignon tastes like stars, but in that moment in space and time, it totally felt like it did. But now it's your turn. Let me know in the comments below, what was your favorite moment from the film? And as promised, here's a breakdown of all the things that I've found that they changed from the books, but feel free to add stuff. First off, they didn't do the phone number in the book. Instead, Hazel just waits for Augustus to call. Then they didn't do the V for Vendetta scene wherever she puts her hand out and he doesn't try to hold it. They did the, should I go in for a kiss double take. Next up, Caitlin and Hazel did not go shopping. Then Hazel never ended up peeping on Augustus's ex-girlfriend. Hazel never ended up reading Van Houten's letter in the hospital. They don't write the funny swing set advertisements. Lonely, vaguely pedophilic swing set seeks butts of children. Hazel and Isaac never played video games together. Augustus never ended up fighting with his family before they went to Amsterdam. When they were on that boat tour of Amsterdam, people don't yell out how beautiful they are. They didn't drink champagne on the flight. Augustus and Hazel's families never ended up getting together for dinner. We didn't meet Augustus's extended family. And Hazel never got upset with all the condolences from people after Gus died. Oh, and one more. Instead of Divergent being on Hazel's shelf, they had Hunger Games, just because Shailene Woodley said in real life she thought it would be too weird and take people out of the movie. So like I said, even if you don't consider yourself part of Nerdfighteria, DFTBA and go see this movie, then let me know what you think. My next movie review is going to be for How to Train Your Dragon 2, so be sure to subscribe to get that. I'm also working on a special Doctor Who video for tomorrow. I'm getting ready to cross 250,000 subscribers, and I'm going to try and post it right as I cross the line. So that's all going down tomorrow on Saturday. Right now, click here to learn about Emily Blunt maybe becoming the new Catwoman or Miss Marvel, and click here to learn why I think Benedict Cumberbatch needs to become Doctor Strange. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. High fives. Okay? Okay.